Hey everybody, we're here at the 7.3 Godzilla, and there were so many comments about, man, Kyle lined up the dots wrong on that timing chain gear set. It's wrong. I'm thinking, what? No way. So let's see what's going on. I'm reading the comments, and people are insistent that Kyle didn't line up the dots correctly on the idler gear. A couple comments about it being 180 off on the timing chain or up on the cam gear, etc., etc. And I'm like, hold on. I showed Kyle how to do this when he's like 10 years old. He's 24. He's been doing this thing for 14 years. All right. So I'm pretty sure he's doing it right. But let me see. So let's go and see exactly what he was doing here. And then we'll come back and address that. And I'm going to show you exactly what is going on. All right. You can see here what it is. I had Nate bring out the laptop so he could actually watch the video. I'm going to show you what is going on. Did they do it wrong or not? All right, let's watch. Now, first off, shows the camshaft in there.
We got our camshaft in here. Now let's consult our instruction manual, since this is my first time using one of these gear drives. I want to make sure we do this 100% correctly.
Now, honestly, right here, I would normally, if I was standing here and doing this, I would look at him and go, you know how to do this correctly. You don't need to read the instructions. All right, so let's keep going.
So first step, obviously, rotate the crankshaft till the keyway is at 45 degrees pointed at the number 1 cylinder.
Okay, now, first things first. I'm gonna get to the overall message, which I'm going to simplify into one sentence for you, but I do have to explain what's going on here. Okay, he's putting the keyway at 45 degrees, and so that is a reference to the piston being top dead center. I don't freaking care. It doesn't matter. Just put the piston at top dead center. That's all that matters. I don't care where the freaking keyway is. Doesn't matter. I don't care. It does not matter. I'm going to tell you why at the end of this whole thing. So, the piston just needs to be at top dead center. That's all that matters.
Right about there.
Step 2, rotate the camshaft so that locating pin recess is aimed towards cylinder number 1, roughly 30 degrees. Simple enough. About there.
Now here, that's fine. They're given more directions than what you actually need to do, but that's just getting it in a general base area. Now, if you wanted to see something that actually is complicated to set camshaft timing, because there is no marks to even start with, you need to go look at like my SMX stuff or the Hemi, Pro Mod Hemi stuff, nitromethane. It doesn't matter what any of those things are. There are no marks on any of those things, and no reference and no instructions. Okay, I give instructions. I can tell you how to do it, and I do on the videos. But that little 30, aiming that over there, it's kind of like some good general reference numbers that Ben over at 10,000 RPMs specialties, or I can't remember exactly what the name is. Sorry, Ben, is doing, and that's fine. He's giving a bunch of directions. All right, so let's keep going.
Now, pretty self-explanatory from here. We just got to put stuff together. It's not rocket science.
But that I agree.
We're going to put our cam thrust plate that we just talked about on there, then our idler plate, and then we're going to put on our lower gear and then our upper gear. And then basically just got to line up the dots.
Okay, now here's where everybody has the serious questions, the serious doubts of what all is going on and how it affects it and all that stuff. So let's continue on.
And the torque spec on that camshaft bolt is actually maybe not as much as I thought it was going to be. It's 120 foot-pounds, which is still a lot for a short little bolt, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that. It's a good feature on this. Like so. These are going to get torqued to 106 inch-pounds. Now we've got our idler plate. A little bit of blue Loctite. This will go right here. These bolts, same thing. They are same length, same thread pitch. We have to take our balancer bolt off here and move the crankshaft slightly doing that, but it's okay. This thing, same deal, pretty self-explanatory. We've got our dot on this side. Obviously, this is the side that we're going to want out. And we're going to line up our dots on the idler here. Look how nice that thing spins. Keyway. And we are going to have to rotate the crankshaft a little bit. So if we get the crankshaft turning socket here, find TDC here. Right about there, we can see our piston is at top dead center. Just passed. All right. Now we can look.
Now, right here, I think is where people start going off the rails. Okay. Now he doesn't have a bridge on it yet because that's part of the camshaft degree. All right. Degree in the camshaft. So he doesn't have a bridge, but it's pretty obvious, and you can see the piston's at top dead center. Whether the piston is at top dead center, zero, like 0.00000, or if it's 1 degree off, either way, 2 degrees, it doesn't matter right now. Okay, none of that matters. You see that he's actually on the wrong dot because there's a dot up there that really needs to be on. So the idler gear is 180 degrees different. All right, we're gonna come back and talk about that real quick here in a minute, but let's go ahead and keep on playing. So that's where you guys start getting off the rails.
Work on our top.
See our dot here. We'll need to line up with this dot right there. It is kind of a tight fit. It's definitely tight tolerances on this stuff. And one thing I did to make this process easier getting this on, because it is a tighter fit, it will go on by hand, but I did go behind here and actually marked with a paint pencil where exactly that dowel pin is on the camshaft. So you can just barely see, you probably can't even see it on camera anymore, a little mark that I made on there so that we know that we're rolling it on correctly. You roll the dowel pin side onto it first so that it kind of grabs and you can kind of feel it not turn the camshaft with that dowel. And then you kind of tap it on, make sure that it's 100% seated and the dowel is in location. And we know the dowel is in location because our gears are meshed properly and it's not sticking out a bunch like it's hung up on it.
All right. So he just told you about the upper gear and the dowel pin up there. That's all cool. He's just giving you good, good information, just how he was putting it together. So he just put a little mark there so you could see it, and it's no big deal. Okay. So that's all nice. You can see though, it is very interesting that dot is there. This dot is, let me get his finger out of the way. There you go. You can see the dot isn't quite lined up there, isn't quite lined up there. This is where everybody is completely off the rails and they're in the ditch just spinning their wheels, trying to get back on the road. Okay. All right. So we're going to get there. Now, that is the primary problem. Now, I'm going to show you something, and this is how we're going to come into it. So this is where I read these comments. I'm going, what? And I looked at the video because you guys had to really pay attention. I will give you guys credit. You are really paying attention. That's cool. Okay. You have, well, you're really paying attention. Let's just leave it there. So that's where everything is at. And I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. Now, actually, let's continue on just a little bit further. All right. So now, here is the important part. All right.
You guys both said, all right, so now.
Oh, really?
Same time.
and that's funny because Nate just pointed out that we both say, all right, so now. We both said the exact same thing. Anyways, this is the bridge. So we are now getting the exact top dead center. Remember I said it just doesn't really matter down here. We get the exact top dead center. So he's going to run through that. We get the exact cam position. All right. So
Get a calculator.
he's gone through this whole thing, and now he has degreed it. Okay.
100.
Undeniably, he has degreed it to the right rotation, to the right camshaft center line. All right. now I have come in here and I go, okay, how am I going to explain this to people, whether Kyle is right or wrong? All right. So did he line up those dots correctly? No. But let me show you something. I come in and I go, okay, how am I going to explain this? Let me see. This is how I'm going to explain it. I want you to see something. I have not changed anything in Kyle's setup. Nothing. What I did was I came in here and I started spinning this thing over. Okay? So I just started spinning this thing over. Now, let me get my glasses because I am older than Kyle. Cannot see crap anymore. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. I have not changed Kyle's setup whatsoever. Notice it's lined up. Notice it's lined up on the correct tooth in the correct location. It is correct. Now, what did I do? The only thing I did was roll this over. So let's prove this out, okay? I'm going to turn this thing over. Everything's lined up. I have not touched Kyle's setup. He has degreed the camshaft in. We know for sure because we got the camshaft exactly where we want it, where it needs to be installed, which was slightly different than what the dots are. Okay, I'm gonna explain this dot deal in a second. All right. So, but let's show this. I've not changed anything. Let's give this one full rotation. Now we're gonna come back up. Here's our dot. Oh, crud. Why does it not line up? Where is the dots? That dot is now right there. It was right there. It has moved one tooth per revolution. Now, let's do it one more time. Go in. Our dot is straight up. Where's our dot now? Right there. 1, 2. It has moved one tooth per revolution. Did I change the camshaft? No. Has anything changed? No. Are the dots in the wrong spot? Yes. Are you getting it? Okay. Let's keep on going. So as we just keep on going, this thing turns one tooth per revolution. Now, what's happening here is that that idler gear is not the same tooth count as the bottom gear. So therein, it will never turn at the same amount of or it's turning at a different ratio because it is a different size. So every single time. And then as we go through here, so if it turns one revolution per tooth, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's 22 teeth. So it takes for every 22 revolutions, the dots magically line up exactly right. Or at 11 revolutions, it's 180 off. Pretty cool. All right. So we know that the dots now line up perfectly. The dots, it didn't matter where Kyle put that together. It's just a reference number. Okay. Because the only thing that matters is that this is degreed properly. All right. So let me tell you a funny story. I was kicked out of, in my senior year in high school, I was kicked out of high school auto shop, right? I partially had a bad attitude. I'll admit that. But this was all over dots lining up. I put together the small block Chevrolet for our metal shop teacher, Mr. Rogers. If you guys are watching this, you guys can all take it good. Mr. Balderson was my high school auto shop teacher. We've had to come to Jesus meeting and everybody loves each other now, 30 years later. But anyways, I put this small block Chevrolet together and put it in. And then the next class put the engine in the truck and they went to start it up and this thing's popping, banging up through the carburetor. Okay. This is an old carbureted small block Chevrolet. And I come in the next day and my auto shop teacher says, you put the camshaft in 180 off. And I told him, I go, no, I did not. I said, that's impossible. It is impossible. You cannot put a camshaft 180 degrees off. And we went back and forth, and this went on for days and days. Okay. And because I'm not letting it go, he wasn't letting it go because I knew that I was right. I'll show you I'm right. And it finally got to the point where he said, that's enough, Morris. You're out. And he kicked me out. Okay. So let me show you exactly what is going on. All right. Now, let's get back to our original location. I gotta see, can't remember how many times I turned this thing over.
3.
We are lined up. We are lined up. We are lined up. Okay. Now, here is the magic key. Let's go in the correct rotation. I'm going to turn this crankshaft 180, or I'm going to turn this crankshaft 1 full revolution. Okay. 1 full revolution. Oops. There we go. Forget about the idler. Don't care. We do not give a crap. This idler does not matter. It has no purpose in life other than to connect these two. It has no reference. It has no bearing. It does not matter. Does not matter. Okay. Where's the dot? The dot is now up. Why is that? You guys are all saying it right now, and you're all going, oh, it's because camshaft only turns half a crankshaft. Uh-huh. If I install this with the dot up, guess what? Now the dot's down. Okay? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It is impossible. You cannot install a camshaft 180 degrees off. You can install it 1 tooth off or 2 teeth off or 4 teeth off if you're not degreeing it. So, Mr. Balderson, and we're all over this thing. We did actually have, like a year or so ago, he actually invited me to come to his car show, and we had a great time together, and and we laughed and chuckled about this whole thing. But anyways, oh, you know what? Let me bring up one last thing before I get to the final conclusion about the dots. Can't be 180 off. Tight idler does not matter. As long as this thing is degreed right. I'm going to give you the big overall picture here. But first, you might be thinking, man, I love your guys' videos. Well, I appreciate all of you guys. Very much so. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate when you guys leave comments. I appreciate all that. You might look and you go, man, you guys got 500,000+ subscribers. That's all cool. But guess what? That does not pay any money. I can have 500,000 subscribers and do no videos, and they never send me 1 red cent. Okay? They send me nothing. What matters is the views. And for some reason, my views are really down right now. I'm not sure why. A lot of it could probably have to do with we are not an entertainment channel. I'm actually showing you and trying to show you how things work and actually happen, how things go wrong, how things go right, what we do to fix things. So I'm actually like a technical channel, and we're not just out, doing burnouts, jumping off buildings, crushing cars, or whatever the crap they're doing. Okay. So I know I'm never going to get to the really big views or anything. So it is always really helpful when you guys support us by clicking this, smashing the subscribe button, leaving a comment, sharing the videos as much as you can. It really, really does help us. But the bigger ways that you can help us are like this brand new shirt. Check it out. Bing. Brand new wagon shirts available on the website. So anytime you guys are helping us out, getting some merchandise, that's really the best way of supporting us. And we greatly appreciate all that stuff. We have some really cool stuff. I have a new thing. Let me show you real quick. One of a kind things that you can't get this stuff anywhere else. You know where you can get an actual SML connecting rods out of an SML engine? Nowhere except me. Okay, this is it. Just really cool stuff like this. Or when we were doing Lamborghini work, Lamborghini Huracan rods. Now we only have limited stuff, so sometimes it goes out of stock, sometimes it's in stock. And we even have some SMX piston and rod clocks coming back up. Not right this second. have to come back later. You can check it out. We will have some stuff. But let me show you the brand new thing that you could help because I've had people ask about this, and I'm thinking, okay, let's go look at it. We got the better half Camaro. We got the wagon. Two of the world's coolest cars, point blank. Okay. Billet blocks, and we showed this weekend how we're making the billet SMX blocks. Had people asking about this forever. Wouldn't it be cool if you had something just like this? Now, these are actual, real world SMX chips. And I thought, okay, cool. I mean, people want this. That's awesome. These are the real deal chips. It really makes a cool looking display. Imagine that on your desk. It's awesome. People go, what is that? Let me tell you about that. Give you a good conversation piece. Put it up on your mantle. You put it on your nightstand. Your wife can ask about it, whatever. You put it on your wife's side of the nightstand. So she goes, what the fudge is that doing on my side of the nightstand? Get it over there on your side, whatever it might be. But really cool thing to have, good conversation piece. So getting stuff like this, the piston rod clocks, t-shirts, any of that kind of stuff, it does help us. It does support us. It does help us do everything. And I'm super appreciative. So let's get back to showing you the final bit of, did Kyle screw this up or not? I think we're figuring out he didn't. Let's go see.
We're a little slightly retarded. Slightly. In more ways than one. So we're actually I think I'm gonna just basically loosen these up just a tiny bit and then move it back.
All right. So right here is where Kyle has proved out that it is correct. Now, what is the overall arching thing? I brought Kyle in here to say, son, I'm glad when I taught you this when you're 10 years old, you still do it correctly to this very day. This is the correct way. He did not screw this up. It was not wrong. It never was wrong. He didn't start it wrong. He didn't end it wrong. He didn't do in the middle wrong. He didn't do anything wrong. What are the dots here for? When you get your LS, when you get your Coyote engine, when you get, it doesn't matter what it is, and you're lining up dots, okay? The manufacturers are putting dots on stuff for people that don't have the right equipment to do the right thing, where he's degreeing it there. It does take the right equipment. You can't check where you're at to verify that the dots are right. You can't check any of that unless you have the equipment. So they put dots there for people that don't understand and just want to be very simple about it, or don't have the right equipment. But the dots don't mean squat. It's just a reference, okay? The Hemis, the SMXs, you mentioned it in your video. No dots, no marks, because if you're working on this, you better have the right equipment and you better figure it out. Yeah, that's it.
On RCD gear drives, we do it differently than what you would do here, because there is no DOS to line up. You actually have to rotate the camshaft to a certain degree at a valve timing event to get where it needs to be.
Yeah. So to be really overcomplicated, on the SMX engines, I know exactly what the camshafts are. So we get the engine at top dead center. We put that indicator in on the lifter bore and rotate the camshaft till it's 100 thousandths up. Put everything together, and that's usually very close. But we still have to adjust and do it. Okay. So that's a long way of saying we come up with our own marks, and that's just from experience. The long story short on this deal, Kyle did not do it wrong. He did it perfectly correct. That is the way you do it. And I just wanted to show you, that is what the dots do. Most people don't understand this whole thing. Like, you can't put the timing chain and gear set on 180 off. You cannot. You can miss a tooth. You can do anything like that. But if you did miss a tooth and you're degreeing it, you would catch it.
You catch it.
You would catch it. You would figure it out right away. So that's all I got for you for today. I appreciate all of you. Kyle appreciates all of you guys. Make sure you leave a comment, share it. If you want to see You can go back to that video there. You can see how Kyle degrees the camshaft. I do have a cam degree video, which is just about how to degree your camshaft because the dots don't matter. You lining up the dots does not mean it's degreed. It just means that you did the basic, lined up the dots. Okay? That's all there is to it. All right. So remember, like, subscribe, share, send the video out. Oh, next video coming up Thursday, we're going to be working on the better half, and I'm going to show you how to do the combo fuel tune. So we've run the car on the hub dyno. See here, makes huge power. Go out, Kyle's driving the car, almost puts it into the wall the first pass. See here. Then that same day, we fix our oil problem, and this car's going 670s on the second pass. That is pretty phenomenal. Super happy. But I've never done a street drive tune in it. So I got to run it on pump gas. I got to finish this whole thing up. And so Thursday video, I'm going to show you how to do the pump gas tune, how the pump gas transitions from pump gas to methanol, and how it goes back to pump gas, all in the same deal. How we're going to do that, how that all works. So if you want to see all that stuff, come back just 2 days from now, Thursday, New Year's Day. What better way of starting off the new year than watching a Seymour's Engine video about the better half Camaro? Making your life better. There you go. Have a great day.